Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and Audi just revealed its first high-performance hybrid supercar, and apparently the engineers woke up on the morning and said, what if we built an R8 replacement but made it angrier, rarer, faster, and more complicated, and just expensive enough to financially vaporize a dentist? This is the Audi Nuvolari, a 736 kilowatt V8 hybrid, all-wheel drive, carbon-bodied, Formula One-inspired supercar limited to just 499 units, brother. And yes, it has a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 because apparently Audi looked at the EV future and looked at the R8's grave and looked at Lamborghini and looked at Porsche and was just like, actually, what if we simply made violence? And guys, I respect that because for the last few years, Audi's performance identity has been in a very weird place. Yes, like the R8 is gone, the TT is gone, and the RS cars are fast, sure, but most of them look like very angry company cars driven by a guy named Klaus who says, portfolio way too much. But this is Audi walking into the supercar party late, wearing a titanium suit, carrying 3 electric motors, and just saying, sorry, we're late. We were busy calculating torque vectoring in the 14th dimension. It's like a Bugatti Chiron got remade in Minecraft by a German architect using the expensive texture pack, and somehow it just works, baby. Hey guys, real quick, the giveaway for the Shelby and Supra and the $100,000 has ended, and well, the winners are being picked right now, but we're coming back bigger and badder and better. So click the link in the pinned first comment because like Rocky, who won the GTR, like Greg, who won the 100K, you can sign up to be notified and get 100 free entries once it goes live. So click the link down below, go put in your email, and I can't wait to show you what we have cooking. All right, back to the show.
Today we're talking about the Audi Nuvolari. And this thing is not just another expensive hybrid supercar for people who say allocation unironically. This is Audi trying to prove it still knows how to make an emotional car, which is hilarious because Audi's idea of emotion is usually, hey, here is a gray rectangle. It has 600 horsepower. Please enjoy your controlled aggression. The Nuvolari is different. It has a mid-mounted 4-liter twin-turbo V8 making 800 horsepower. Then Audi strapped 3 electric motors to it because apparently one drivetrain was too easy. Total output, 736 kilowatts. Top speed over 350 kilometers an hour. 0 to 102.6, 0 to 206.8. That means by the time your friend in his Stage 2 Golf R finishes saying, bro, it's basically as fast, the Nuvolari is already in another postal code, arguing with the physics in German. This thing doesn't accelerate, it fast travels. You don't launch it, you select a destination on the map, and the screen fades to black. Before we get into the powertrain nerd stuff, we need to talk about how this thing looks, because the front of the Nuvolari is doing something wild. It's all geometric gold and black graphic patterns across the nose, like Audi's design team discovered origami, Minecraft, and expensive anxiety in the same afternoon. The whole front end has this hard-edged, angular, cyberpunk thing going on. It's giving Cybertruck if the Cybertruck actually finished school. Flat planes, sharp cuts, carbon fiber, big, rich guy energy, brother. It looks like a GTA 6 leaked vehicle called the Übermacht Nuvolkraft that costs $12 million in the game dollars and still gets griefed by a flying bike. And I mean this as a compliment because this is what the Audi Concept C previewed and what the Nuvolari now delivers in production form. Less visual clutter, sharper identity, more expensive object than expensive appliance. Audi design, if you haven't noticed, has been stuck in a strange loop. Every car looks good the way a very expensive kitchen appliance looks good. Clean, premium, emotionally neutral, like if an Apple store made a sedan. The Nuvolari feels like Audi trying to bring back real poster-on-the-wall desire, and honestly, thank God, because Audi needed something that didn't just look like it came with a 48-month lease and a LinkedIn profile. The Nuvolari uses a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 mounted in the middle, making 800 horsepower and 730 newton-meters of torque. Then Audi added 3 axial-flux electric motors, 2 on the front axle for electric all-wheel drive and torque vectoring, 1 behind the V8 and the transmission. So yes, this thing is a hybrid, but not I drive a Prius and judge your cheeseburger hybrid. This is I stole Tony Stark's go-kart hybrid. This is the boss car in the racing game that only unlocks after you complete 96% of the map hybrid. Also, the V8 revs to 10,000 RPM. 10,000 in an Audi. That is deeply unserious behavior from a brand whose most popular color is office printer. This is the same company that normally builds cars for people who say, I wanted something sporty but responsible. Now they built something that sounds like it would ask your insurance agent for a safe word. And before anyone in the comments says, hybrids are too heavy, yeah, you're not wrong, but here's the hot take. Hybrid tech is saving the supercar. Regulations are squeezing engines. Pure EV supercars are insanely fast but emotionally weird. So this is the cheat code. Keep the angry engine, add electric torque, make the computer do wizard stuff, sell 499 of them to people who own watches with the name longer than the script. This is basically Audi using a Game Shark on the internal combustion engine, and I'm not mad about it because car people don't hate technology. We hate boring technology. There's a difference. Audi calls the new all-wheel drive system Quattro Predictive Ride, which sounds like a LinkedIn post written by a suspension engineer, but the idea is genuinely cool. The car uses steering angle, acceleration, yaw rate, and grip data to predict what the car is about to do before it fully happens. So instead of reacting after you overcook a corner, the car helps before you turn yourself into a very wealthy lawn dart. Basically, the Nuvolari has spider sense, except instead of warning Peter Parker about danger, it warns a hedge fund manager that he's about to put $700,000 into a tire wall. A Lamborghini screams at you, a Porsche judges you, a Ferrari seduces you and then financially ruins you, and Audi simply says, we have already solved the corner, please continue. Then there's the active aero, deployable rear wing with 3 positions, closed, low downforce, high downforce, and yes, it has DRS, because apparently Audi saw Formula 1 and thought, what if we gave rich people a button that says, less drag, more crime? This is the kind of button that should come with parental controls. Audi says the aero package can generate more than 400 kilograms of downforce. That is roughly 1 grand piano worth of invisible air force pressing the car into the ground, which is great because when your car does over 350 mile per, you really want the air to be on your side and not filing a complaint. The brakes are also completely unhinged. 10 piston front calipers, carbon ceramic discs, brake-by-wire, electric deceleration up to 0.3 Gs, and the braking system can handle up to 2.8 megawatts of energy absorption. That sounds less like a brake system and more like something Tony Stark installs in a garage because he got bored. And speaking of terrible financial decisions, Audi did not need a pure electric supercar right now. Not yet. The electric supercar space is already weird. They're all insanely fast, but half of them feel like driving an iPhone updated with doors. Yes, the numbers are insane. Yes, they launch hard. Yes, they make your organs file paperwork. But a lot of them have an emotional depth of a loading screen. The Nuvolari is smarter. It gives Audi an emotional bridge. It says, yes, the future is electrified, but we're not going to pretend noise, revs, and combustion drama suddenly stopped mattering. Car enthusiasts don't hate electric motors. We hate boring cars. Big difference, brother. Electric torque, great. Instant response, great. Torque vectoring, awesome. A supercar that sounds like a refrigerator and looks like a Bluetooth mouse, jail, straight to jail. The Nuvolari keeps the V8, adds electric violence, wraps it in carbon, makes Quattro relevant again in a world where every performance EV already has instant torque. That's smart, but here's the frustrating part. This car is limited to 499 units. So for normal people, the Nuvolari is not a car. It is content. It is a wallpaper. It is a cars and coffee rumor. It is the car that your friend sends you at 2 a.m. with the message, bro, imagine this with a tune. Sir, you do not have tune money. You have used PS5 controller with stick drift money. And that matters because the Halo only works if the glow reaches the normal lineup. The R8 made Audi cool because it sat above an enthusiast lineup that still had the TT, RS4, RS6, and real driver's car energy. Today, Audi needs the Nuvolari energy to trickle down. Give us a smaller sports car, a proper TT successor, RS cars that feel special, not just fast, because if the Nuvolari is just a $500,000 plus flex for collectors, cool. But if it's the beginning of Audi remembering how to make cars people actually lust after, that's huge. The Audi Nuvolari is not just a new R8. It's not just a Lamborghini cousin in a gray suit. It is Audi putting a flag in the ground and saying, we still know how to build a Halo car. Is it ridiculous? Yeah. Is it unobtainable? Absolutely. Will it be bought by people who say the collection instead of my cars? Without question. Will half of them end up parked in white garages next to abstract sculptures and never see more than 3,000 miles? Absolutely, brother. But is it exactly the kind of ridiculous, over-engineered, deeply unnecessary Halo car Audi needed? Also, yes, because sometimes a brand doesn't need another sensible crossover. Sometimes it needs a 1001 PS reminder that it still has a pulse. Sometimes it needs to stop making another Sportback Premium Plus and make something that looks like a Minecraft Bugatti Chiron escaped from a GTA 6 leak. And the Nuvolari might be Audi's way of saying that. We're not dead, we are just calculating.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Is the Nuvolari the spiritual successor to the R8? Is Audi finally getting its mojo back? Or is it just another limited production rich guy science project that normal people will only experience through YouTube compilations? Drop your worst opinion in the comments down below, and if you say my tuned S4 is faster, please include dyno sheets, tire spec, and your therapist's phone number, please. Yes. Also, remember, we're giving away another car, so right now, go put in your email and you'll be the first to be notified when we drop the next car. It's bigger, badder, and better than the last two that we've done. I'm Brad. This is Ideal. Like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Check out some of these Ideal vids over here, and promise me one thing. Keep living the Ideal lifestyle.